Well, James, I wish you were here. I'm in the beautiful country of Malta in the heart of the Mediterranean, a trio of islands about 70 miles south of Sicily, and what's now become my favorite Mediterranean destination. Let me give you the money shot. I'm looking across the Grand Harbor at an area called the Three Cities there. That's Fort St. Angelo. We'll talk about that in just a sec. I want to show you these fortifications at the mouth of the Grand Harbor. This is where many films have been shot, including Gladiator 2 in theaters now. That's where Ridley Scott recreated the Roman Colosseum. Troy, Napoleon, dozens of movies every year get shot here because it's just a stunning destination, replete with these historic cities. I'm in Valletta, that's the capital, established by knights in the 16th century, so a hotbed of history here. I visited Mdina, which has a history that predates the Phoenicians, 8th century BC, as a matter of fact. Just a beautiful destination that's preserved now. Only 250 people live here in Mdina, but you've got to visit it at night. It just comes to life with these beautiful lights. Noblemen lived here in the 17, 18, 1900s, and some homes like this, Casa Gorgione, have been brought back to life meticulously by the families that own these beautiful historic homes. Let's talk about the food out here, James, because it's it makes this destination, for those of us who follow our taste buds, even more special. Mediterranean cuisine at its finest. I want to teach you a word, pastizzi. Pastizzi is the favorite snack out here for the Maltese. Street food at its finest. I met a young lady by the name of Marilu, who's a former theater actress who now runs a beautiful restaurant where she taught me how to make pastizzi. You roll out the dough, you stuff it with ricotta, with peas, you put it in the oven. Just a delicious traditional snack here, pastizzi. But I got to tell you, James, there are more than 40 Michelin restaurants out here in Malta. 40, that's more per capita than almost any other destination in the world. I visited the fishing village of Marsa-Shlock, where this is one of the Michelin restaurants there, Tartaroon, where we got red snapper right out of the sea, put it in the oven for 40 minutes, engulfed in sea salt, and then this fish fed 8 of us. Delicious fresh food here, local octopus. Rabbit is done really, really well here. So fantastic Mediterranean-inspired eating here on Malta, and the wine. There are about a dozen, 13 or so wineries here across Malta where they grow some native Maltese grapes or some traditional grapes like Chardonnay or Cabernet. But again, very boutique-y, personalized projects. This is Marcus Divinus, who will sit you down and kind of take you through his very limited production wines. Most of that wine doesn't even leave Malta. But again, if you love to follow your taste buds when you travel, James, Malta, the place for you.
Oh, man, it sounds great. Do you have anything else for us, or is that it, Gabe?
I want to give you a quick snapshot of the history here because, Malta, most people don't realize, is a very young country. It's celebrating this month its 50th anniversary as an independent republic, but the history here goes back thousands of years. I visited a place that's on the UNESCO World Heritage Sites list called Hajar-Im that dates back 3,500 BC. Glorianne was my guide. She's with VIP Tours Malta. You want to get a hold of her if you want sort of an introduction to this beautiful destination. Think about this. Some of these slabs, 20 tons. So 5,500 years ago, putting up this kind of this beautiful temple here, just what a feat. And the fact it's preserved in time here, just fantastic. Hajar-Im there. Then fast forward to the 16th century when the knights arrived here on Malta. The armory at the Grand Master's Palace, one of the biggest collections of armory in the world. This is what the knights wore. Stylish, but also very effective as they fought off the Ottomans there in the siege of 1565. The Knights, by the way, very much alive and well today as a humanitarian organization. I met one of the highest-ranking Knights, Frere Jean-Louis, who lives here on Malta at a place called Fort St. Angelo. He's creating a museum that's going to be telling the story of the Knights from 1,000+ years ago to the present day. There are about 14,000 Knights around the world today. About 3,000 of them live in the U.S. and do, again, that humanitarian work around the globe. But again, this is a place that they've founded, obviously, in the 16th century and had created today one of the most desirable destinations in the Mediterranean, and I'd say in the world as well, James.
Gabe, always. Thank you for joining us on Morning Blend. Thanks so much.